Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very momentous occasion. For we are here today to bring you the final coverage of the Legends of Chima TV series. It's a sad day, but it has to be done. Now, I'd like to get a couple things out of the way beforehand, and as usual, I'm joined by LJ and Kai. And blah blah blah.
Yep.
Intro fluff, etc. So
Thanks. Thanks,
the
Matzo.
the deal with this coverage is that it's very clearly, oh yeah, and also links are in the description. It's very clearly a season finale. It's very clear as we get into talking about all this. It wraps up everything nicely. The Fire versus Ice storyline is definitively concluded. So you may be asking yourself, why are you saying it's the last Legends of Chima coverage? Well, there's a couple things to support this belief, I guess. Number one being, if you actually watch the episodes, they end on a pretty definitive note. There's room for future stories, but I think it was done in such a way. I have a hunch the line's finished for now. Call it intuition after being around to witness so many themes in. There's one. Then second point. Wait, what?
Chima's come to its third year. This is its third year now, right?
Yes, 2015 will be its third year.
Yeah. It's had a long, nice life.
Yup, and it will have sets based on Fire versus Ice throughout 2015, which also kind of lends me to believe that the series is over, because that's kind of a similar thing to well, no, not what Bionicle had. Bionicle did end in 2010, but it's very clear there's no new story for Winter 2015, and why would that be the case? Unless the theme is over and they're just gonna have it run throughout 2015 with new sets, in which case I guess it's not really over, just the show is over. The third point is pretty important. A lot of you probably won't remember this, but I'll provide a link in the description for those curious. A couple of years ago, there was a concept video outlining Legends of Chima and the forms of media the theme was going to have. It spoke of the game, the show, construction sets, etc., etc. And it very blatantly said the theme was going to run 2013, 2014, 2015. Now, stuff like that isn't always true. Ninjago got an extension after its supposed end. The thing with that is Ninjago did end. It went away for about a year, half a year to a year, before coming back, and it was announced pretty close to the theme's end. Obviously, Chima has not ended yet. Sets are still being released, so if it's going to get an extension, we've not heard about it yet. But I think that video is pretty clear in that 2015 was its intended final year. And if the way this episode ended is any indication, it's meant to end on a definitive note. So with all this evidence, for the purposes of this coverage, we're going to refer to Chima as if it is ended. Because we personally think it has. For the foreseeable future, at least. They could always pull a Bionicle.
That'd be something.
Eh.
Chima coming back and it's ramped up, and then we get leaked set photos from Highly Suspect, and we leak it and hype it up, and we're on the Chima hype train. We're gonna call it the fur train. No, wait, that makes
Wow.
People would think that would be furries at that point, so we're gonna just call it the zoo, the hype zoo. And we're on the hype zoo. We're getting all ready. We got our little caps on, and then all of a sudden, Steven Villman comes back, and all of our old fans that watch the coverages come back, and we're all ready, we're all excited, and boom, September 19th. Boom!
Well, for now, let's talk about the episodes. Wings of Fire and the Heart of Cavora. And then we're going to probably talk about the series as a whole, because man, has it evolved.
Definitely.
LJ, it is time for your final Legends of Chima recap. Make it a good one.
Yeah, I'm actually
Alright,
really
fans.
sad about
Put
this.
on your sleeping caps.
This makes me really sad because A, I'm never gonna get to annoy Kahi with these again, and B, this show has improved so much. I got attached to it. I got attached to critiquing it, and I'll get to that later.
I
All
remember
right,
back in
so
the old days how much fun we had bashing the first season. Now look where we are.
good times. I did buy one set thanks to this show, though. So there's that. Okay, so Wings of Fire. So we got Laval, Eris, Krager, Lavertus, and
Wrong.
What?
It opens up with a very ominous monologue.
Right.
That's different.
Gosh dang it, Meso! How does that count?
No, don't blame Meso for your
different.
mistakes.
It's different.
Go back and do this right.
Every
Okay,
episode.
so you know what? Let's start from the
You're gonna annoy me.
absolute
You're gonna
beginning.
do it right.
All right, here. We'll start all the way from the beginning. So we get a recap. End of the beginning. The actual episode starts
it's
off.
an ominous message about how they say all of them. Okay, fine, go on.
The actual episode starts out with our gang of Pajama Squad members, with the honoraries being Lyella and Lavertus. They're going to go out to the Outlands and figure out what the giant light stone in the jungle was. So they go, they find Tormak, lo and behold, and Lyella, being connected to her father, starts feeling the pain that he does because he's on fire. Not literally, but figuratively. So, long story short, Tormak, Panther, whatever you want to call him, basically is the map now, or can see the map. He knows where all of the Wings of Fire are, so that they can make another Illuminate.
We made reference to the importance of the decorative head printing. It turned out to be very important.
Yep,
exactly.
It did, and it is. They know where the maps are, and the stupid, the Wings of Fire are now. So they have to go on a Bionicle 2001-esque collect them all quest. Get all the golden armor. Buy all 6 Bionicle stars. No?
No.
Fine.
No.
So anyway, so they go out to go get these Wings of Fire. Their harnesses. Are they Phoenix harnesses? Okay, great. They're going to go do that. But Laval, he wants to split off, and he wants to go help the Lion Temple, which is being assaulted by all the ice dudes. But that's not really going to happen. Also, Meso, just a little bit of frame of reference. We're recording this a day after we watched it, so I'm reading like a summary, and I'm trying to remember it.
Wow.
No, that's not on me. That's on Kahi. So just keep that in mind. If anything's out of the timeline,
I will help you.
Okay, great. All right, so anyway, they're going to go do their thing, and they go to I think they go to the base of the Eagle place first.
Yeah, and they find it's been taken over, and they're like, "Oh no."
The base of the Eagles has been taken over?
Yeah, it got frozen completely.
Yeah, dude, don't.
I
saw this the exact same day you did, and I remember this. Come on.
No, you didn't. Maybe we would have recorded it the exact same day we did. So anyway, they go to the base of the Eagle place, and all of a sudden, you see, apparently there are these large, crescent moon shapes in the ground, like eagle claws, I think they called them, and the eagles always wondered, oh, why are those there? It's like Stonehenge of Chima.
Stonehenge.
It's a giant hedge with holes in it, Meso. Made of stone. So anyway, so they're trying to figure it out, and apparently, I think, what was it, Tormak, he activated a defense system, because all these crescent moon shapes start fissuring in and out of the ground. They started just popping in and up like a game of whack-a-mole.
It is a little convenient that the first one I went to is also the most complex.
That is rather convenient.
If you look at where you go to find the other wings, it's mostly we just have to dig somewhere and find it. Or this one is really complex. It has a pattern to it and everything. It's
yeah.
It's one of 2 that were like that. So they find it, Well, they find this place, and all of these crescent moon shapes are like bobbing in and out of the ground, nearly hitting our heroes, as you would. And they see popping in and out at random intervals is the first harness. And so they go chasing after it through this jungle of stone hedges. And the armor keeps on popping in and out, and no one can reach it. Well, Eris is like, oh, well, I'm basically an honorary phoenix at this point, so let me fly up in the air, match my Lego.com set character description, and aha! I'm useful again. She sees a pattern. The armor is going in a pattern in like a star formation, so it always ends up in the middle. So she flies down. She's like, I'm gonna get it. I'm smart. I'm smart. I'm useful. You stir character development. Bam! Huge explosion for a flash of light. Crater in the ground for no real reason because that didn't happen with anybody else. And she's wearing the armor.
Yup.
And so she's like, it's because I thought like a phoenix. So they decide to split up at that point to go find the others.
Okay,
Eris with Krager.
I want to interject here. It was a little confusing for me at first because she had the fire wings. Like her wings were on fire, and then she got the harness. So to me, it looked a bit when I first saw it like nothing had actually really changed, and it was just kind of
for her
right,
it was more of just a power upgrade.
Right, it was just kind of like she got a new thing on her chest instead of the wings. But I understood the actual meaning of it later on.
Yeah, it's like finally at the end of the series, Ares achieves intelligence and plot relevancy.
She actually took on quite a bit of her own as a leader, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, she gets it. They split up. Eris and Krager, Lyella and her father, and Laval and Lavertus. They go all sorts of different places. Krager and Eris go to that swirly thing. Well, what is it called? Did they ever give that a name?
They probably did somewhere, but I'd be lying if I said I remember it.
Okay, it's like that weird giant spire that spirals up. And I only remember it because of that one episode where they all had a nice, good, happy, friendly time, even though Krager was evil.
Ah, yes.
In that one episode.
Back in the days when Krager was evil.
Yeah. So they go there. Lavertus and Laval are on their way to the next one, and Laval sees that the ice dudes are trying to take over the Lion Fortress. And he's like, I want to go help and be useless there, too. And Lavertus is like, no, you don't. Or do you? No, he doesn't really say that, but I would have expected him to. He says, no, you need to find the harness. I'll go over there. Or will I? No, yeah, he does. So anyway, he goes, and Laval continues looking for the harness. And where did Tormac and Lyella go? They just went off on their own. They said we have something to take care of.
They have something to take care of. And
yeah, we have something to take care of.
Well, actually, no, that comes later.
Okay, so they didn't have.
They actually did went and got some.
They actually did went.
Swings.
Yeah, they went and got some of the harnesses too. A lot of them they just dealt with in like flashback in the next episode because they couldn't be bothered to show them all in such a short amount of time.
It was like the Legends of Chima thing where they're like, oh, and we went and got all the discs.
Yeah.
And they did like a little montage, and you're like, oh, it's at the bottom of the swamp. It was,
Yeah, effectively, but that comes later. So anyway, meanwhile, here we have Sir Fangar, and he's chewing away at the Lion Fortress, and everyone's fighting, and it's a great battle. Chima had a lot of really great large-scale battles. They're all fighting. Ice versus fire because the Phoenixes come in with their blazing time ship at 4:20 o'clock in order to just mop the floor with all the ice dudes. Well, that starts happening, and that's great and all. And that causes all the ice dudes to start retreating. It's like, oh boy, we gotta get out of here, otherwise we're gonna lose. But Sir Fangar, no. He says that there was one more tribe caught in the ice.
Conveniently.
In fact, he only knows this because of leaked set catalog photos. So everyone's like, no, don't do it, Sir Fangar. You shouldn't do this. He's like, do it. Because apparently this fourth tribe is absolute bananas.
So crazy that he opted to leave them frozen. He didn't need them.
But now he wants them. So they go off and do that. Meanwhile, Eris and Krager are at the spiral thingy of doom. Krager is like trying to walk up it while Eris flies around trying to figure out what to do. Where could the golden armor be? I mean, the golden harness. So she starts flying around at subsonic speeds, or about, and starts spinning it like a screw or a drill. And it goes down and down and down and down and down and down. And there's a funny scene where Krager's running up it, but he's not really getting anywhere. So it drills down into the ground. Krager's like, well, fudge! Now the top is at the bottom. And it keeps on going down, and then cave in or something. He gets Barry, he finds the harness. So then now he gets wings. That's nice. Meanwhile, Laval, he goes over to some random bridge. He goes over this bridge and he's like, where is it? I don't know where it is. Well, of course you don't know where it is.
Elder, it's not a random bridge. It's the Laval and Exile bridge where he walked over.
Oh my goodness.
Well, they had that song playing.
It's the bridge. So he goes to the bridge. And he's looking. Well, all of a sudden, guess who's here for the hurdy? That Mungus, right? Mungus is there, and his...
Okay.
What?
'Twas amusing. That's it.
Oh, okay. So Mungus is there. His brother is there too, I think. The Scotsman.
Yes.
Okay, great.
He never
so they're
turned
both
against them. They got over their issues.
okay. So they're there, and the Vault can't use his fire chi because it was shot out of his hand. And bam, 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 Mungus is making the hurdy on the bridge. And he's breaking the bridge, and he jumps in his car, truck, tank thing. He starts trying to drive away when, lo and behold, forget trying to be clever with this one. Golden Ninja, I'm sorry. I mean, Golden Harness caught in the middle of the bridge that's now breaking. Now it's floating of its own power. Because, of course. So he's like, all right, I can do this. What's he do? Drives right off. And doesn't even jump out of the vehicle to grab it. He just drives to it.
And would have promptly died with the fire harness.
Yep, and that was it. Zombie Laval met his final day. So anyway, moving on.
Yep.
Can we get away with that, Messa?
No. We cannot get away.
Dang it! Fine. So, dramatic moment. He grabs the harness. He doesn't put it on. He just falls with his truck thing. Moment of suspense. Cliche number 2041. He gets caught by the winter Krager copter.
Glad to know after 40 episodes, Laval's still a moron.
Zombie Laval, remember?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
So anyway, he gets caught by Krager, who's like, we're protectors now. Not the Bionicle ones, though. They get caught and they fly off somewhere. I forget where they fly off to until later. Somewhere. So anyway, now they have those harnesses. Do they go anywhere?
No.
That episode, or can we go to the gorge?
It ended with the gorge.
The gorge. Okay, great. This is my favorite part of that episode. So, we see the vultures going to the gorge to awaken the final tribe. The ice bears, aka the polar bears that unfortunately drowned in all those Pepsi commercials. So, they're in the ice, they get the chi, and they awaken, and they are bonkers. They're furious. They're just like, it's like watching Kahi play a very difficult puzzle game. Or try and pronounce calendar. But anyway, so they awaken.
Try for an hour and fail epically.
So they awaken, and guess what happens? The stinking normal bears wake up. And they are equally as angry.
It's so epic.
And Vladvik gives the coolest line the Bears has in Christian Bale Batman voice. He's like, Nap time's over.
Yeah, and he pulls off his helmet and he
That's
has
your
like
Christian Bale
markings.
Batman voice.
Yeah, it was a pretty
He was
bootleg
like,
impression.
yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, he pulls the helmet off.
Nap
And he has
time's over.
he has like these. I wasn't trying to be Batman. I was trying to be Blavik. So anyway, wait, Blavik, Batman. They still both start with a B. Anyway, so he pulls off his helmet, and there are these tribal markings, and it's just the funniest thinking thing
It
because
kind of
now
goes
they are
back.
incredibly angry.
It kind of goes back to how the bears have like interconnected dreams.
Yeah, theirs is so weird.
Yeah, they have interconnected dreams, and I guess they were able to sense the ice bears had awoken somehow. Not really sure how, but that was the episode.
Yep.
Overall, it was a great lead-in to the next episode.
Yeah.
Although the ice bears obviously kind of reek of Deus Ex Machina, but that's whatever.
So does the harnesses.
You're right. But at least the illumination was kind of telegraphed early on.
You know, so this leads perfectly into my whole gold. Anything gold kills any line.
You're right, the golden harnesses.
Golden harnesses. Mother of pearl. Harnesses. Armor. Ninjas. What the heck? Every time gold touches, dies.
What the heck with the dudes?
You mean like the golden and Nika?
Anyway.
On the Madanui Titan?
You're right. It's all about the Madanui Titan.
So, Heart of Cavora. So, here we have, we start off, hang on, intro first, right, guys?
Yeah, this one's different, too. It's very ominous. It's Eris. Anyway, so the actual Legends of Chima.
Yeah. Anyway, recap's over.
Funny. Don't stop doing that. It's not even...
Neither is it. Okay, anyway, so the episode actually begins. Huge battle going on at the Lion Place, and Lavertus and Lagravis are there fighting back to back, brother and brother. Or are they? Yeah, they are. So anyway, they're fighting, but the tide soon turns, as my summary says, when the ice bears, with conveniently already made mechs, join the battle and start going bananas. Pun not intended, because they knock over several rhino and ape vehicles.
They wreck everyone.
Yeah, it's kind of absurd. But then, dun-da-da-da, Batvik and his tribe arrive and amazingly overpower the... Wait, what?
You're missing something.
Am I missing something?
They didn't just arrive. They had an epic dialogue with Laval and Krager, which is the funniest moment the whole episode.
Yeah. How could I forget that? So, now, Laval and Krager, they're flying along, and Laval wants to go help. But Krager's like, don't worry, we got reinforcements. And they're the bears charging through the jungle. Oh, man, what do they say aside from nap time's over?
Well, Laval's like, Blavik, you're so awake. And he's like, ice bears awaken. And now we wake up and put them to bed.
We put them to
Where
sleep.
Did you get these mechs? And he's like, we've always had them. Just been too sleepy to use them.
Yeah, it's so great. Because we always made fun of how the bears had nothing. They had no vehicles, they had no speedors, they had no weapons, they had nothing. Well, apparently they did.
Apparently.
It was great. It was very well handled.
Yeah. Right after that, they join the fight, and despite the ice bears being so ferocious and overpowering, they overpower them.
Yelp.
So, meanwhile, Vol, Krager, and Eris have found all the wings that they wanted to find, as well as join up with Tormak and Lyella. And then a knock at the door happens.
I'll fill in. And then...
Good, you fill in.
And then Laval... after they meet up, Lyella and Tormak depart. They're like, we have something to do now. And so Laval realizes that it's time we get this thing going. We need to signal everybody. So he lets Eris do the honors, and she lets out this really odd yell that signals everyone. And then Bladvik's...
It's a like a screech, I guess.
Yeah, Bladvik's midway through brutally murdering an ice bear, and he says, "You're lucky, ice bear. I'm needed elsewhere." And he drops him and runs off. Not even gets in a vehicle, he just runs off. Everybody else comes. They have a meetup, and they decide. They give inspirational speeches. They all put on the harnesses, and they commence their mission, where they must fly through the air into the heart of Mount Cavora to signal the illumination. And I missed like one thing. I forgot they found the last Firewing harness at the Forever Rock after Eris got a vision from Fluminox. But after that, all the above transpired. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Sir Fangar, I guess. Okay, yeah. While the bears were destroying the ice bears, Sir Fangar had been able to make his way up into the Phoenix headquarters via a giant ice tower leading to Mount Cavora. And he gets up there, steamrolls through everybody in his path, destroys all the opposition. Of note, the leopard guy, nowhere to be seen. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he died. But he got no happy
All right,
ending.
I'm back.
Oh, hey. I talked about how they
What?
met up, went to the sky, and now Sir Fangar is currently going up and
You're just now
cornering
recapping.
people.
You just now recapped. You're
he's-
recapping your recap of your recap.
Yep. Take it over
So
from
they're
when Fangar is steamrolling into Cavora and corners Flumina.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's going into Cavora and he's cornering Fluminox and Cornflakes, and they're like, I used to learn under your father and stuff like that, talking about their history and whatnot. And then he tells Cornflakes about how the first Illumination got screwed up because of his father. And his father, in like multiple different voices all at once, says, "Yeah, that's true, but I did it for you, son." Flashback, touching moments of Fluminox not being a construction model, having fun memories, raising his son. And then Sir Fangar doesn't care and promptly attacks him. But then, out of the blue, Fluminox becomes super energized. I mean, he cheese up, and then we get to see, for the one time, his construction model.
Yeah.
He starts beating the living tar out of everybody in the room.
Of
like,
note,
bam, 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 bam.
Of note, he does not use his construction weapon, a bow. He uses a hammer.
Oh no, he's a mask maker. Bionicle reference.
Ha ha ha.
What if the writers involved in Bionicle? Okay, anyway, so he fights. Long story short, he gets overwhelmed. So that didn't last very long. But it was cool while it lasted. Well, meanwhile, everybody from all the different tribes. Did you talk
They're
about
in the
how they
air.
find?
Yeah.
Okay, great. They're in the air. They're in the air. They got all the harnesses. They got to fly supersonic speeds into Mount Cavora for the Great Illumination ×2. And it's got to be perfect this time. There's got to be 8 people, right? Yeah, they got 8 people. It'll be great. So they're getting overwhelmed by all the stinking icy vultures.
Yeah, the vulture's
They're
final
like,
stand.
you know what? Wait, what?
The vulture's final stand.
Yeah, of depression and angst. That's what's holding them back. That's a lesson, kids. So anyway, they're overwhelmed. I forget how they solve that issue.
Tormak and Lyella come back.
Okay, they come back in the... Oh, fudge. Yeah, how could I forget about this? So, the reason they went off was to go fix the stinking blazing jet that had crashed previously. They get in the jet, they fix it, and Tormak says it. It's blazing time! Gosh, dang it! If I ever meet a child who says that while swinging around a Chima set, I think I'll break down at that moment. But anyway. So they come to the rescue, beat the living tar out of all the vultures, and our heroes. Oh yeah, I said that. Our heroes fly into Mount Cavora. Well, at that point, Sir Fangar is telling Flinks that the Great Illumination needs 9 people. Because everyone had forgotten. It needs 9 people. And Fluminox is like, you gotta be that ninth. Now, up until this point, I had assumed that if you're part of an illumination, you are sacrificing yourself.
I kind of
That's
thought.
what I thought
Everything up
too.
until that
Because
point
there's
had-
Nova Phoenix, right? We're having all the other Phoenixes.
Exactly. And he even used the word sacrifice earlier.
Yeah, but
Right.
everybody's okay.
So I'm going to assume at this point in the episode, they're going to die. And I'm looking so forward to this. I've waited 3 seasons for this to happen.
Aw.
It would be.
So
it would
they
be a
fly
pretty-
right in. And Flinks is like, I will be the final Phoenix. And he falls back into this weird well thing. And then boom, flames.
Insert
And then all of a
set
sudden-
here.
What now?
Insert Chima 2015 set here.
That's right. Flinks becomes the Golden Dragon. Oh, wait. What? No. Oh, no, I mean a phoenix. Literally, he gets his wings. We do not see any of the others. So I assume they have all merged their souls
That's what I
to
believe
become
it
this
is.
phoenix.
That's what I believe it is.
Yeah, I think they all merged. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
So they merge their souls, and he is enveloped in a phoenix, and he gets his wings. And the illumination takes place. All the ice hunters are healed. Panthar is no longer charred. Everything is back to normal and peaceful. But wait! Our heroes, did they die?
No.
Much to my dismay, they are fine.
Yep.
They've lost their pajama squad outfits, but they lived. Now they're on the top of Mount Cavora. And apparently, because we couldn't see it happen in real time, we had to hear about it afterwards from Eris. The Phoenix left to ascend to their mother sun.
I guess they went back to the religion thing, because we're all, they're talking about the mother wolf and then like the great lion
Oh my
and
god.
stuff, and I guess the mother sun is the actual god of Chima, which is
Yep,
the
it's
Phoenix's
the sun.
baby.
So the
Spoiler.
episode ends, it pans out, and Mess will put the video in, where we see that everything that had happened in Chima was part of an entirely separate world.
Yeah.
Like Chima, Mount Cavora floats above Chima. Chima floats above another entire planet.
Yeah, I'm not
And it
sure.
Yeah, okay. I want to talk about this for a second.
This-
Because
yeah,
I remember the second we brought it up, and
No.
Elder's like, so
Wait a second before we talk about this. What, LJ?
The episode ends. Blacks out, and Krager says, how are we getting down from here?
that was not worth interrupting me for. Okay, so
I just wanted to end the episode.
the episode ended there.
No, it ended with Krager.
It zooms
Krager
out.
got the
It
spine.
zooms out, right? And like, you see Cavora, and then you see like Chima, and Chima's over this other like very dense planet. And LG was like, but if Cavora is over Chima, what is Chima over? And Meso said, Okoto. And that probably angered a lot of people.
Yep. Chima
But it's
floats over Okoto.
not actually
Right.
Okoto. Just in case someone decides to quote us on this, it's not actually Okoto.
Yeah, we did not hear this from Jordan Paxton.
Right.
Don't worry.
I feel like the main thing with this kind of revelation is the kind of bigger world there is beyond Chima. Was this caused by the Illumination, or did the
It was
did the Illumination?
It was very interesting to me. That was the most interesting part of the whole episode, except maybe the bears, because if you actually look at the picture, it appears that Chima rose out of the ground and left a giant crater, just like Mount Cavora did on Chima. So, was this caused by the first illumination? Was this caused by the current one, or was it just always like that?
Well, no, we know that Cavora came out because of the first Illumination.
Yeah, of course. I'm saying this.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming it's the first Illumination. I don't know. I mean, they had to figure out how to do it once, so.
Yeah.
I mean, they knew that it had to be perfect, right? So that means they had to do it before. So it's the first one we know of, but presumably there's been another Illumination before that, so they could know what goes wrong.
I think there was a total of 3 illuminations. I don't think floating structures of dirt are natural in anything other than Minecraft.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. How would they know what a perfect illumination is unless they've done it once,
Right,
then
exactly.
the imperfect
That's
one,
right.
and then this one?
That does make valid sense.
That's what I was saying beforehand. Thanks for.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. Actually, what I was thinking is like, how far does this go if you zoomed out of that island? Like, imagine if they kept just zooming out and it was like more islands floating on more islands until like, it was just at the very end, it was just a huge kind of tower.
It's very crazy to think
floating
about.
rocks.
It's the Gurren Lagann of islands.
Oh no!
An island
Okay,
within an
But
island.
this
an
is
island.
my the big thing that I had after watching this episode. Okay. Fluminox. Who is the kid's name again?
Links.
Blinks.
Clinks from Dota.
What?
Oh no, Envy's gone.
Happened to Flinks' mom?
Did
she go
part of
and
the
kill herself?
illumination.
Did Fluminox was like he was supposed to go, and then he was like, "Oh, my son is born. Maybe I'll take care of him." And then like his wife and all the other phoenixes died, presumably.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Well, no.
Okay.
Think about it. The probably that wasn't the first thought because they were probably all just gonna go back to Mother Sun if they had the perfect illumination like they did this time.
And I guess that's the other thing. I get that Fluminox was like, "Oh, I want to care about my son first." But if he had done the illumination perfectly, nothing would have happened to him. The same thing happened to our protagonists. He would have gone, he would have fly, and then his wings would be gone, and
But
he could sit
he
down and take care of his
wanted to have cherished memories with his son, Kahi.
Okay, yeah, that
I'm
all.
not saying he couldn't. I'm saying that it literally took, like, they fly in, and it takes, like, maybe about 30 seconds, and then suddenly everything melts, right? And it's a perfect illumination. Great. They're all fine. So all Fluminox had to do was do the illumination, and he misses 30 seconds out of time with the sun.
Yeah, I'll be honest. That whole sequence, it was supposed to make you feel compassionate. It just made
Right.
Fluminox look like an irresponsible jerk
No, I actually thought
who screwed everybody over.
Where he would be like, "Oh, I really care about my son, and I wanted to, put my family above my duty." I like that theme in movies and TV
But your
shows.
family ended up suffering and presumably
Yeah,
dying.
I guess like that's the big thing that happened as a result of it is that it looks like Fluminox did not have to do the thing with the illumination. I don't know how come our protagonists survive, where Fluminox he seems to be under this mentality that that if I go into it I will die and I won't be able to take care of my son.
Plot armor. That's how
That's
our protagonists live. They cannot die.
I know, but like it just seems like nobody afterwards is like, "Holy crap, you guys are still alive! That's amazing!"
Oh my goodness, dude, guys, you know what would have been dynamite is if they merged and they became the new Legend Beasts.
That would be interesting.
That would have been. That should be.
I would have.
That would have been great.
I would have preferred that ending.
Yeah. Okay, it just seems. I don't know why Fluminox couldn't go in and do the illumination if he's gonna survive at the end of it. They make like it. They do set it up like it's a sacrifice, but at the end, the heroes just seem to like get out of it, and there's no explanation given. It's just kind of supposed what this is supposed to be. I don't know. That was the big thing that stood out for me at the end of that episode.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I like the Bears, man.
The Bears are the MVP.
Honestly, the Bears did like I've been complaining about the Bears since like day one. And they finally got like it took the entire series to pay off, but I honestly did feel it pay off. Like I was surprised at how interested I was when Sir Fang was like, "All right, there's a new race that we haven't I kept frozen under there." I was like, whoa, what is this gonna be? I went through like all these different like ideas of what the new race was gonna be before I remembered we got the leak sets.
Yeah,
the Peacock Tribe.
I was like the Peacock Tribe, or is it gonna be like I mean, what's the most dangerous? What's the most dangerous animal?
Scorpions.
No. Hippos, man.
Blue ring jellyfish.
Hippos are the most dangerous animal. Hippos are vicious. So
hungry
I was like,
hippos.
yeah, the hungry hippos. Like, imagine this. Imagine like they're fighting over Chima, and suddenly these hippos just come bursting out of the ground, and like they're going over and just chomping everything, and they're throwing everything across the wall.
Hasbro sues.
Um, I actually, I'm a little disappointed that after all of this has happened, there weren't any monkeys in Chima. I kind of would like to have like a monkey minifigure so I could do a reenactment of the Monkey King. The gorillas, I guess, fair. They are the closest we'll get. So, but I'd like to see that kind of like a lemur or something. I don't know what we had a discussion before about what animals be there, but another thing that got me. All right, one last thing. Sorry, I've been rambling for a bit. When who's Eris was going around, she's like, okay, we're gonna give the harnesses, these golden harnesses, to the 8 main tribes of Chima. And I was like, guess who's left out again? The beavers. Fix everything. You do anything. I mean, I can accept that there's only like one skunk and like one peacock and like the entirety of the land. And one fox too. But there's a whole tribe of beavers. I don't know why the beavers are considered. I mean, like, it's not like, they're dumber than the other tribes, right? The rhinos are considered a tribe. But apparently, the beavers, there's no beaver equality in Chima.
The beavers
always took over. They're like the Pluto.
I never thought of that.
The beavers have gotten the absolute worst anything in all of Chima, both in terms of story and in terms of sets. They have not appeared in any set in all of Chima until the 2015 Tiger Vehicle set, where they make their grand appearance. And you guys know how they look in the show, right?
Right.
In your mind's eye, picture them, and then look at that picture. Breezor the beaver.
All right, fix it. Oh my goodness.
Or the beaver. Okay, it's like a stubby little
he
like
looks
a dwarf crab.
nothing like he does in the show.
No, he does. He looks a little bit.
He doesn't. Let me get a picture of a Chima beaver, and like all the rest of them have faithful representations. But I think the beavers are made for the TV
show and then put in the sets later. But
well,
I
mean,
what the fudge mess of that link?
The botched link. Sorry.
I think Lego needs to fix it. Fix it.
Like, okay, I guess you are right. I think this is the same dude. It's a passing resemblance, but it just looks so lame.
It doesn't look as in depth as like some of the others, but I think it's a good resemblance-ish,
Yeah. It's not. It's not.
So it's kind of like the beavers. They don't get any respect, man. No. They go around, they fix stuff, and like they have them construct a giant trap for the ice, sort of Fang Arnis ice army and stuff, and it works too. Do you think that would get to some clout with the main tribes? But apparently not.
One would think.
They're like humans trying to get on the Citadel, like your representation.
Yeah.
It's like every other tribe took many centuries to get on the Citadel. The beavers took a year.
It's funny because
the beavers are also like, people are like, all right, guys, don't worry about your villages. We are sending legend beasts to help you. Except,
yeah,
the beavers like, yeah, we're gonna get protection. We're gonna be, and then like, there's no beaver legend beast, and he just passes him by. Like, imagine the beavers like watching like the lion legend beast runs out, and then like the crocodile legend beast and the gorilla legend beast. And they're kind of waiting and waiting and waiting, and nothing ever comes.
It's very, very grim. Think about it. It's very sad. And it's funny because they have their own. In the show, they have their own Speedor model, but it never got put in a set ever.
Yeah, I know. The beavers are like they're pretty. They're pretty legit as far as a tribe goes.
Yep, but forever underrepresented.
Yeah. I don't really know why. There isn't really any reason for them to be, but
oh well.
Oh well, the poor beavers.
Or beavers. LJ, what do you think about Chima's finale?
Man, it's a little bit bittersweet because the finale was good. I enjoyed the finale. I mean, it wasn't anything mind blowing, and I certainly would have enjoyed to see what I just pitched out there, like the main heroes become the new legend beasts. I kind of would have liked to have seen that. The perfect ending in my eyes. It would have been nice. But I mean, I'm happy with it. I'm content. The show reached the maximum amount of potential it could reach, and then it stopped, and it's done. And I'm happy it ended on a high note, because the show did progressively get better and better and better until we got to this point where it stayed at that high. I do not remember a dip in show episode quality for at least 8 episodes. So I'm very happy with where it ended. A very nice high note. Overall, I enjoyed the humor of the finale. The stinking bears. I did not expect that. That was so funny.
Yeah, I was honestly impressed with the bears.
Their payoff.
That's really saying something.
It's like they made the ice bears just to give the bears their moment to shine.
Yeah,
I like that they tied that together too. Like the ice bears and the bears obviously share some ancestry. So the fact that the ice bears awakened is like, uh-oh, stuff needs to get done now.
Nap time's over.
Now, here's the thing. Now that the illumination is complete, are the ice bears still like are the bears now completely awake? Since the ice bears were not frozen again. They were not put back to sleep. So
I doubt it. I think they're gonna be sleepy forever because he was like, Bladvick was like, if it makes the ice bears go away so we can all sleep peacefully, I'll do whatever it takes. That was their goal.
I mean, it wasn't Ninjago levels of finale, but I was happy with it. I'm glad she ended on a really nice note, and I'm actually kind of sad to see it gone now.
Yeah.
I have yet to see the Ninjago one.
You should.
I actually really do want to see that. We're all gonna get together and watch that, right?
Yeah. Aljan and I did our coverage, and then depending on how people wanted to join in, I was going to do a second opinion.
I think my brother might have spoiled the ending for me.
Oh.
I think he texted me about it, and I think he might have spoiled it for me. Which he's been doing a lot lately because I guess he's just now started watching our videos. And so he texted me earlier today too, like saying like about your skit, LJ, for recap reviews. So I haven't even seen it.
Oh,
but
cool.
He was like, "Oh yeah, did you see it? It's hilarious." And I was like, I'm at work. Sorry.
Man, I already like your siblings better than you.
Wow. Well, yeah. I think it was a very fantastic way to end the series. A series that has had many ups and downs in our eyes. It was good to see it ended on a good note.
It's definitely picked up a lot.
And it was ended in such a way that if it ever does get brought back or greenlit for more episodes or a new set line, there are many more possibilities now that they have revealed the expanded Chima universe.
It's also the thing too, though, where I still don't know if they'll be able to resolve the Fumanox thing. Like that's to me, like I don't. Maybe I'm missing something, but it seems like
I understand.
Plot hole to me.
Yes, there were some logical inconsistencies.
Right.
But I'm willing to look past them for the most part.
Maybe like Flinks was powerful enough to negate it or something. I don't know.
Which is dumb because he never showed any combat prowess.
Right. And I think like the worst thing about Fluminox is that he told everybody there's supposed to be 8 to complete Illumination. And up till then everybody thought 8. Which means that, like, if Flinks had not been able to find his courage then, or if he just not been able to tell Flinks, if Fluminax had been killed, nobody would have known and would have a never imperfect. Like, I don't see what, like, Fluminax didn't get by saying, oh, we need 9 people. Because nobody was there to count the Phoenixes when they first went in. No one's be like, oh, there's supposed to be 9, but there are only 8. You didn't do something, did you, Fluminax?
Here's the thing, actually. He did say 9 initially, and it has been established to the other characters that he was the 9th that screwed up. The big thing here, and you just made me think of this, it's not that they needed 9 people. They needed 9 harnesses. A 9th harness, Flinks wasn't wearing.
Yeah.
That is all. Whoa. Well, wait. I think Phoenix they don't need the harness, right? If you're a Phoenix,
They
Yeah.
need the harnesses.
I
It's
thought-
been established
I thought-
you need 9 harnesses.
I thought the only reason the harnesses existed was as a failsafe because all the phoenixes were dead.
I thought so too.
No, because keep in mind, it was explicitly established that they needed 9 Phoenix harnesses because that's how they did the former Illumination, and it even showed the graph of Fluminox in that same episode, actually, of him not putting on the 9th harness.
You are right.
Well,
Whoa.
Okay, I'm sorry, Chima writers, this kind of takes it down a little.
Wait. Wait a second. It's got to be like, okay, Flinks, didn't he didn't grab the harness the last second, right? He didn't have it already, like a harness already there. So where was the 9th harness? Because they only got 8 of them.
it doesn't exist.
They had to exist.
No.
Maybe like, is it the one Fluminox had? Maybe he just like. Okay.
I don't recall. I don't think that it was explained.
That's really interesting. Another thing, I guess, is also why Fluminox didn't just give the harness to somebody else.
Yeah.
So he could take care of Flinks. I don't know. Yeah. Flinks' mom. Flinks' mom must be the most disappointed in all.
Yeah.
I bet you she wanted to take care of her kid too, but she was like, no, okay, I'll sacrifice this for the good of the world. And her husband doesn't go. He's like, God, and she's probably just flying into the thing. She's like, Fluminox? Like, at least we're doing this for our kid's future. Where is he? And then boom, and everything turns out imperfect. And like, I mean, okay, we saw the Phoenixes, all of them fly towards the sun, so they're like maybe ghosts or something, maybe, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm assuming Flinks' mom, as the Phoenix ghost, has been sitting around and watching Fluminox take care of her kid, and like, you dirty piece of crap. I was gonna be with my kid, and now I can't.
This is a funny thing to think about in a group kind of way.
I did like, as they were doing it, I was like, oh, if he gave it up for the kid, that'd be some pretty nice character development, and they did. So
Yeah,
I
this
can't
doesn't
fault them.
make sense logically.
Right.
But no, hopefully we'll get the chance to inquire about some of these plot holes at some point. Because this is all very intriguing. But
Even with all the plot holes, still a really good finale. Still much better than I would have thought the series would be able to end when I first saw the season. And I can't emphasize enough like how much the series has like changed over time for me. It's much less of like like at the beginning it wasn't necessarily a chore to watch because we do things because we like them. So if it really was a chore to watch, we wouldn't have watched it.
For us, it was more of an interesting insight into Lego's new construction theme because at the time Ninjago was all the rage. It ended. We had never done Ninjago coverages, and we were like, well, what's going to replace it? And we were interested in seeing the development of Chima, especially because it had Bionicle-esque world building and storytelling style. At least we supposed at the time.
Yeah, I remember at the time we thought, oh, maybe they'll be like super dark and edgy, like kind of like
maybe this will be the new Bionicle.
Right, and I mean it was good for a much much younger audience than Bionicle was mostly, TV show at least. Although honestly, I would say the TV show is probably on this. I would count this TV show as being better than, and this is going to be heresy to a lot of people, but the Bionicle movies.
What? How dare you go, Vaki? What did you just say? Burn at the stake. Burn!
We just watched Legends of Chima, and I will say that the last season of Legends of Chima is better than the Legends of Chima.
I will say nothing.
Okay, I mean, hey, this starts a discussion in the comments, and so be it.
I think
I'm just saying, like, I watched, I mean, Bionicle as a kid, it really solidified a lot of my, I was a big fan of it as a kid, and I love those movies. But objectively speaking, Legend of Chima is better than the old Bionicle films.
I'm not sure the plot is better, but the humor. Well,
No,
actually, no.
okay.
The plot is definitely better. What am I saying?
The plot's definitely
It's
better.
the
Well,
humor. The
I mean,
humor.
we've talked about the plot holes in Legends of Machinui.
Yes,
There are a lot of plot
the
holes in that
humor
movie.
is what I'm not sure is better. But there have been some.
Come on. You saw the exchange with the bears. What kind of humor did the Bionicle movies have?
Hello,
And
Metsui. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it was pretty lame. You're right.
I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. I still love the Bionicle movies. I'm just saying, objectively,
Yeah,
this is better. So
yeah.
that's
It's
how
fun
much
fact.
that's how much I
anything.
enjoy
It's certainly
at the
better
end.
than anything Tinseltown Tunes has done with TLR or the HF specials.
Real quickly, a little bit of a fun fact.
Hmm.
Rooster Teeth's new online series, 10 Old Roosters, shares the exact same acronym with the fourth and final Bionicle film, The Legend Reborn. So every time you look at their Twitter, it's hashtag TLR.
That
That
was
totally
really relevant.
relevant. That's so wow.
Yeah!
Sometimes.
You amaze
Anyway.
me, LJ. You really do.
I'm glad. I'm Wonder Man.
So
Anyway.
yes,
Okay.
Chima's
Well,
good. It's like the first season. I apologize to any Chima showrunners who are watching this. The first season was pretty awful.
I had a lot of issues getting into
The first
the
season,
first.
it's probably just because it's not for our age demographic.
When we first watched it, how long ago was that?
Oh,
It was like 2012.
it was 2012. Yes. Wait.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
2013.
no, we were like what,
Give me a
15,
sec.
16?
I can find out.
It was 2013. It premiered winter of 2013.
At
Oh,
2013,
sniff the
really?
sniff.
It's been a year?
Yes, it is.
That can't be true.
Yeah,
It went
no, no, no.
3 seasons in 1 year?
Dude, okay. The first season it spanned all through 2013 because it was like 20 episodes. The second
Right.
season focused on the winter 2014 wave of sets. It was 6 episodes. And then this Fire versus Ice has been like 15 episodes, and it's gone through the second half of 2014.
Huh. It's 3
Yeah,
seasons in
Mess was
1
right.
year.
Season 1 premiered in 2013.
Man, I totally wish that Legend of Korra could be like that. Or like, 3 seasons in 1 year, that's actually pretty impressive. For for how long. So what that means is because it had to be a development at some time that like the development was all concurrent, right? Like
Correct.
a lot of the stuff that was like the stuff that we complained about early on was probably fixed by the time we started complaining about it.
Yeah, so they recognized their own mistakes by the time they were doing it, and they worked on making them better as the series went on.
Right.
So it's
Well, I mean,
very good.
it paid off. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah.
the first season was not good at all. We expressed a lot of issues with it, like not having proper villains, but rather mind-controlled people. A lot of
the
filler.
worst.
I mean,
The worst being it wrapped up within itself in 2 episodes.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes could have told the entire story. The other 18 episodes of season 1 did not affect anything in the long run. It did not tell an overarching plot. It didn't have consistent conflict and well thought out character progression. It didn't really do anything. It was pretty much all filler. And
Right.
you can tell because they showed all their sets in like the first 2 episodes, and then they had to come up with content for the rest of the
Right.
TV show for the other 18.
I mean,
So, but
it's what they say about first seasons. It's like trying to fly a plane while you're building it.
pretty much.
So there's all that stuff going on.
When season 2 rolled
but-
around, even though it was only 6 episodes, and you didn't even join us for the coverages, Kai. I'm not even.
I was absent from those coverages because that was what spring or summer
Yeah.
2014. Yeah, I had to take a break for a lot of that because I had like this new job
Yeah.
And we went on vacation, and no, I went to RTX around that time. Yeah, took a large vacation around that time.
Yeah.
Like a jerk.
Season 2 is really where the improvements started to be seen. It still had some issues. It wasn't there yet, but it had definitely picked up a lot. And we had actual villains, even if they weren't the greatest in the world. And everyone kind of started to come into their own as characters. And then season 3, forget about it. It's great. All of the above, plus an overarching plot and exposition on the world as a whole. World building. Great stuff. It's been quite the ride. But unfortunately, it's time to get off. Because that is it. We can always go back and watch like the 50 plus mini movies they released and cover them.
Wait, there are 50 plus mini movies.
Yes.
Yeah, but that sounds
like
really
two
insane.
2 minute mini movies, comedic skits and stuff about the characters we can watch and do a roundup video. That's what we've been recommended to do by certain people.
Oh, okay.
I think I blew your mind.
Maybe.
So, do you guys have any other comments on Chima before we end?
The show made me buy one Chima set, and it was the Crocodile Legend Beast. I don't regret it. Goodbye, Chima.
I've got a couple Chima sets, of course, a lot of Chima Ultra builds.
Chima!
My greatest regret about Chima is that the 2014 construction sets will never be released in the United States. That's my greatest regret.
The antics are no longer going to ensue.
You know, I wonder. Obviously, Chima still has sets through 2015. But
the same way Bionicle still had sets in 2010 when it ended.
Correct, I know. But what I'm thinking is, come summer 2015 or winter 2016, what will be the next theme?
No, stop it.
Or will they allocate its budget towards making an actual Bionicle show?
Guys, guys, we know what's going to be.
TTV?
Galador 2015.
We're done here, and thank you all very much for watching.
Guys.
Okay, I think that's a good place to end. We can look towards the future with seeing what comes next. Hopefully we get some news on that soon. They may just choose to not make any other theme and allocate the budgets toward Ninjago and Bionicle, which honestly I wouldn't mind, but new IPs are always interesting.
Ninjago had their own series finale, right?
Yeah, but it only had 8 episodes, and they aired like 2 a month, every other month, all year. It wasn't consistent. You could tell their budget got cut for Chima.
Well, I mean, after all of this budget stuff goes out, what is there to do? Are they going to do? I mean, honestly, what I would expect Lego to do is to make a TV show based off the Lego movie.
Well,
that's just personally. I would like that. Seems like something they would do.
They're trying to bring Ninjago back into relevancy because they have the Ninjago movie coming soon.
Oh, that is true. Maybe the Ninjago movie will spark a resurgence. But I mean, I don't know what where Chima is going to, or not Chima, like where the Chima budget is going to go, and all the people that are working for Lego.
Well, presumably they're going to keep making Ninjago episodes, and already Ninjago 2015 has a ton of sets. It has more than Chima has had in a while, so I think that's where it went.
All right, so it was only a season finale then, not a series finale for Ninjago.
Correct. It's coming back in 2015 and through 2016. Apparently, it's not anyway
until the movie gets released. Makes sense.
So we shall look forward to that next for our Lego fix, and of course we'll be reviewing the Bionicle shorts when they arise. But for now, we will say goodbye to the Legends of Chima. Thank you all for watching our 40 plus coverages, and we'll see you next time.
You have a very dedicated crowd in the comments, and thanks for all you guys.
This one's literally like an hour long, but it deserves to be that way. So
exactly, man. You know what we should have gotten? We should have gotten a Lego Panda. Why didn't we get a Lego Panda?
Well, we did. It was a collectible minifigure pack.
No, it doesn't count, man. So I wanted a Chima style Panda. so that we can have the AK-47 and have like the little minifigure on top of our logo.
Hey, okay, look at this. There is no actual Lego AK-47. There would be custom.
Oh, you can brick arms.
There would be brick arms. There could be custom ones. We can just get a custom Panda. LJ, stop crying.
LJ, you're crying. Your crying is not manly in any way, shape,
Think about all the times you'll never get the shout "It's Blazing Time," or antics are ensuing, or the Ravens. Think of the good times we had with the Ravens.
I feel like LJ's mother should be crying that LJ's crying. Like the fact that LJ is just crying right now uncontrollably because of a TV show. It's just his mother would be very ashamed.
Goodbye, everybody.
Hey, hold up.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm Snack.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
And this was our final coverage of the Legends of Chima TV series. Goodbye, and we will see you all for whatever show we review next. Goodbye.